This is TFBG News, coming to you live.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Patrick Shamrock with TFBG News, the theoretical fourth branch of government news. The date is April 8th, 1913, and our illustrious Secretary of State, William Jennings Bryan, stepped off his cross of gold for just a moment to announce that 3/4 of the states have ratified the 17th Constitutional Amendment. The passage of this amendment comes after a year since Congress passed the amendment on May 13th of last year. Our resident reading expert, with an impressive SAT score of 600, will now read a portion of the amendment. Jerry?
The Senate of the United States shall be composed of 2 senators from each state, elected by the people thereof for 6 years, and each senator shall have 1 vote.
Thank you, Jerry. You blow me away every single time. What we just heard marks a monumental shift in our democratic process, descending from the mountaintop of populism and liberty. We all know that many state legislatures are millionaires' clubs, bought out by wealthy individuals and bodies. Because state legislatures choose their senator, many have felt that corruption and avarice have seeped into the Senate, and that senators do not have any legislative accountability to the people. This sentiment has sparked a progressive wave for this amendment. Proponents of the 17th Amendment include William Jennings Bryan and the notable Senator Joseph Bristow, who declare that senators are dependent upon the people for election, will put the common man above wealthy donors and shady state legislatures. Joining us from the field, reporter Perez Ramsey is with an aide to William Jennings Bryan to further discuss the amendment. Thank you, Patrick. I am here with George Soros of the People's Party, who, to be honest, is giving an extremely weird Sans Colette's type of vibe. George, what are your thoughts on the ratification of the 17th Amendment?
I think this new amendment solves the problem it's created to address. Disenfranchised poor people who were without political representation in their one-party states now have a voice. Also, the Senate investigation of bribery and corruption in the election of Illinois Senator William Lorimer last year shows that the state legislatures are far too corrupt to be trusted. But mainly the populist party is just here for the win. Like this sucks. But my boss lost the presidential election 3 times in a row. I actually understand Henry Clay now. So maybe we can get some more wins in the future.
George, you crack me up every time. You can't get anything done in politics. You at least put a smile on my face. Would you have kept the amendment the same, altered, or modified it?
I would have kept the amendment exactly the same, as this solves the problem of corrupt state legislatures by having senators who are actually trusted by the general will of the people. Now the government and her people have truly entered a social contract.
Thank you very much, sir. Back to you, Patrick. Thank you both. Now we go to Williams-Phillip with Senator Frank Nicely of Tennessee to discuss opposition to the amendment. Williams?
So I want to discuss with you post-game talk. You guys didn't look so good out there in the Senate. Any comments, Frank?
Well, I'll be frank with you. We thought the reps were going to pull through. Well, we didn't warm up. We weren't prepared. For me personally, I left everything out on the court and on the Senate floor. This amendment represents an egregious affront to states' rights by shifting power from state legislatures to the common people, which, to be honest, they are always the sharpest knife in the cutlery box, if you know what I mean, Williams-Phillip. Anyways, senators who are elected by the people will owe their allegiance to the federal government, not the worthy state legislatures that you failed to pick them. Now let me tell you and your fake news organization a little something. States' rights are the only rights. And a right is much better than a wrong right, which really a wrong right, if you think about it, is technically a left right. And I am not a liberal, my friend. Thank you very much.
Back to you, Patrick.
Frank's frankness has got us there. We are completely fake news because this is 1913. There's no such thing as televised news networks. In fact, we only exist for Mr. Anderson's second period class. This is Patrick Shamrock signing off. Hey there, folks. It's Senator Frank again. I'm here with the fortune teller to tell us about the dire straits we're in because of the passage of this amendment. Go ahead, fortune teller.
I can sense. In the year 1991, there will be a case by the name of Trincy versus Pennsylvania, in which the Third Circuit Court rules that the 17th Amendment does not require primaries. I also see a future where, had the 17th Amendment had not been passed, states would have had far more power, than they do now because they would essentially control a house of Congress.
You heard it from the fortune teller yourselves, folks. That's it. Thank you.